Hello, all you coin aficionados out there, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we have a Kennedy half from 1972. It says Liberty across the top, in God on this side, we trust on the other. There's a little D in there, and that's for the Denver Mint, where this particular one was produced. There's also a kind of a funny little symbol here in what they call the truncation of the neck, and some people think this looks like a hammer and sickle, the emblem of communist Russia or USSR. Um, but it is not a hammer and sickle. In fact, it's nothing like a hammer and sickle if we can get it blown up enough. It's a G intertwined with an R, and that's the designer's initials, who was Gilroy Roberts, who did his, they call this the truncation of the neck, or with where it was cut off here to make the bust or the image of Kennedy. And so there's a GR here. And this is a coin that a lot of people ask about, and they say, is it silver? No, it's not. This is a copper, uh, nickel-clad copper coin, and it was made from 1972 until, 71 until 1974. So from 71 to 74, they made this copper nickel clad copper. Before then, they made another version of this coin, which was 40% silver, and that was made from 1965 to 1970. And we have a couple of them here. We have a 67 and a 66. And if you tip these up and look at the edge, you see that they have a little bit of a brownish hue, but they don't have that copper center so we can actually tell the difference by looking. See how you can tell the difference by looking at that these top ones have much more, have silver in them, and the bottom one doesn't. And then there's also a 1964 version of this coin, which is 90% silver. So remember, timeline-wise, that President Kennedy was shot, and then they came out with a silver or 90% silver half dollar in 1964. And then in 1965 to 1970, they changed it from 90% silver to 40% silver. And then in 1971, they went to a copper nickel clad copper. And that is the one that they continued to produce. So this coin here is not in any way a silver coin, and they actually changed it somewhat. I'll show you a later version of it. This is the 1996 version from the actual Philadelphia Mint with the P on it, and we'll look at that in another video. So this coin was made, and it was made at the Denver Mint. And in 1972, they did 142 million of these at the Denver Mint. This coin in this condition is probably worth $1.50, or somewhere in that range. Not too much more than that. You probably wouldn't get much at all from a dealer. If you sold it to a dealer, he may not give you any more than 50 cents for it. So these are the kind of coins you want to keep, but they're not going to have great value, at least not now. There is a 1972D that is missing the initials on the reverse, and I'm going to try to flip it over and show you that. So the reverse is a Frank Gasparo engraver, and it says United States of America. It has the 50 stars. It has the 13 stars here. The E pluribus unum, can you read that right across the top of the banner? The eagle's facing to the left. We have a couple of stars kind of left over down here, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 9 and 4 that kind of flowed down below. And then we have 50 around the outside. We have the arrows clutched in one claw. They're almost hand-like, aren't they? They almost look like hands. And the olive branch clutched in the other, and a FG here. If you find one that doesn't have the FG in it, it's very, very valuable. This is Frank Gasparo's initials, but some of them apparently were minted and the initials either didn't come through or for some reason you can't see them there. Those are the valuable ones of these coins, but that's a 72D no FG, they call it. Okay, so we've looked at the 1972 D coin, and it's still worth a $50, and in some cases not too much more. So find it, keep it, maybe it'll appreciate in value. If not, they're never going to make any more of them, so have a good time collecting them. From the DC Coin World International Coin Channel, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel if you like world and US coins. And if you have a comment, please leave it in the comment section.